it's Kassy B and welcome back to my channel. Lately I've been having a few moments of nostalgia, which had me thinking of a great video idea. So if you were born in the 90s and grew up in the 2000s, this is the video for you. I'll be bringing back some good memories that you may have forgotten about until now. Count how many of these you remember because I'd love to know. Keep watching to go back in time. I'm gonna start off with the very first thing that came to mind when I thought about this video idea, and those are Tamagotchis. I literally had a keychain with about 5 Tamagotchis on it, and I played with it every single chance I got, make sure I met all of their needs. This was by far my most loved toy. Next is wheelies. I was personally terrible at using these, and I literally tried for hours every single day after school to try and master it, and only end up with scratches and bruises everywhere. But I envied everyone that knew how to use them, and I thought they were super cool. Now for Club Penguin. I hope all of you got to experience Club Penguin because this was the most played game in my childhood. I literally loved dressing up my penguin, going out to all of the public spots to tell everyone that I'm throwing a party at my igloo. I literally tried to get as many penguins there as I could. I also love the little Puffle. My friends and I actually attempted to make one in real life, and he didn't turn out so great. Now, this one was a very weird trend that didn't last very long, and that was the purple and green ketchup. I actually don't recall what it tastes like whatsoever. I know that the color threw me off, and one taste was enough. Did anyone actually like this ketchup? Okay, now this one I wish we would bring back, and that is movie rentals. More specifically, Blockbusters. There was nothing quite like going to Blockbusters on a Friday night to pick out movies for the weekend. It was a never-ending selection of movies to choose from. This was my very favorite way to start off the weekend. Next is this S. I have no idea where this came from and why it was so popular, but I would see it everywhere, on notebooks, on binders, on homework, on walls, you name it, it was everywhere. If anyone knows what it means, please let me know. I've tried looking it up and I can't find a single thing. Okay, now for Motorola flip phones. Remember when you actually had to flip your phone open in order to see who called or texted you? I sure do. Don't even get me started on having to click a number multiple times in order to get one single letter. Texting was a task. And having call minutes, there was no such thing as long phone calls. We just got straight to the point so we didn't waste any of our minutes. I personally did mind this trend because I'm not someone that likes to talk on the phone. I will literally watch my phone ring and text you right after. This next one reminds me of the nights I used to get together with all of my cousins at my grandparents' house, and they are the chubby sodas. My grandparents were literally the only people that gave these to us. I kind of understand, they're literally filled with sugar and my parents didn't want me climbing walls, but they literally came in so many flavors. My very favorite one was the cotton candy. Now for the ultimate chatting platform of the 2000s. I'm sure all of you guys have seen this login screen. I had so many people on MSN, some that I might not even actually know, but I was constantly online with my friends and family, chatting about the most random things. The conversations never really had a point, but we just talked about everything and nothing. The thing I remember the most is this weird emoji of some lady laying on the ground laughing her butt off. To be honest, I've had nightmares about this girl because she's kind of creepy, but it was the most used emoji. I can feel the pain of this one by just talking about it, and those were the rolling boards that we used to use in gym class. I honestly didn't understand the point of them, but apparently they were the best way to get us all moving and active. I think it's the best way to have everyone's hands hurting. Next is the Easy Bake Oven. This was literally the biggest thrill. We got to bake cakes out of a mini oven that was heated by a single light bulb. I would use all of my mixes right away and never leave any for the next few days. Lights, camera, action. Disposable cameras, that is. I love getting a disposable camera to go away to camp. Unlike cameras that we have now, you couldn't take 1,000 shots of the same thing. You literally had a limited amount. And then I loved going out to get them developed and coming home with a tiny little envelope where you got to see all of your pictures. Sometimes you got some that were just your thumb or a very blurry picture, but it was really exciting to see what you were able to capture. Oh, the good old projector screens. Kids nowadays have it so good with all their smart technology, such as the smart boards, but we didn't have that opportunity. They will never understand the struggle of trying to read your teacher's writing on a clear plastic sheet even they struggled with. Or the second that anyone opened a window or a door, the sheet would go flying across the room. Please tell me I'm not the only one that remembers this, and that was word art. Everyone used to use it for titles on their projects. I literally don't recall seeing a single Bristol board without a title in word art. Okay, hear me out on this one. Crushing pop cans into your bicycle spokes in order to make it sound like a motorcycle. Everyone did this, right? Listen, it sounds just like a motorcycle. Okay, maybe not. But if you haven't tried this one, you have to. It's pretty cool. Flintstone vitamins. This was the most exciting part about waking up in the morning because it was like getting candy first thing in the morning, and your parents were actually happy to give them to you. This one is for all the book lovers. Scholastic book orders. It was very rare that my parents let me get a book, but when they did, I was literally the happiest kid alive. And of course, I love getting the books that came with toys that were related to the story, but I mean, what kid doesn't? Okay, now this one was super trendy, and those are spiked earrings. I love the look, and it didn't take me long to get every single color, and even had the matching necklace and bracelet to go with it. I wore these every single day for an entire year. This was super popular, so popular that multiple forms of them existed throughout the 2000s, and those were rubber bracelets. So they started off by silly bands, so essentially they're bands with a certain shape. So some of them were animals, some of them were plants, you name it, they had a shape for it. They were super popular. And then they turned into what I believe is called jelly bands. They look like this. And essentially, if you broke one of them of a certain color, there's something that you had to do. So for example, if you broke a certain color, you had to kiss someone. If you broke another one, you had to hug someone. There was literally a running list as to what each of them meant. And then the famous booby bands came into play. So these are really, really popular amongst the guys, but the real reason why they existed is to bring awareness to breast cancer. These were all super, super popular, and I still see some of them around today, but it is very rare. Now this one, I felt the need to make one for you guys because it's been far too long and I just wanted to know if I still knew how, and that is a cootie catcher. So this is super easy to make. I do still remember how to make them, and it always led to loads of fun and laughter. They're super fun and you could always customize them to your liking. Thank you for coming down memory lane with me. I literally have an endless list of trends from my childhood. So if you want to see more of these videos, make sure you show this one some love by pressing that like button and sharing. Let me know in the comments how many of these trends that you remember, and if you have any other trends that you remember from your childhood that I may not have mentioned, leave it in the comments down below. Thank you all for your support. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. You could also follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. I also have more content on there. Thank you all, and I'll see you all next Sunday. Perfect.